Hey, what's going on, social media world? I wanted to do another installment of that same topic because the conversation continued. And the person is a very intelligent person, I feel, based on the short conversation. Um, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions. But one of the things that we were talking about or chatting about, this is just a web conversation, is as far as the whole top and bottom thing, I said, I put a hypothetical out there. I said, let's say that you're dating the sexiest man alive, who, according to People magazine, is Channing Tatum, and I'm happy for him because his show is fine. But and he's an 80s baby, so that's good. Yay, 80s babies. I think this is like the first time an 80s baby was elected sexiest man alive, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, but yeah, Channing Tatum is cool peeps. So I said, so what if you were with the sexiest man alive? And it also just so happened that not only were you all sexually attracted to each other, but you were also both mentally and spiritually and emotionally attracted to each other. And you both just so happen to be bottoms. Would you be willing to, and maybe this is just my thinking because I just don't make that much of sex, period, like anal sex, sorry, but I feel like there's so many other ways to satisfy your partner than to have to do that, okay? You know, I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible. You know what I mean? So it's like, and one thing that I mentioned to him, okay, good, this is coming to me now. Okay, one thing that I mentioned to him was the fact that some bottoms out there don't like to touch their member because of the fact that they like their top to get them off exclusively by their topping. So I say that to say there is an element of mental stimulation that is required in that realm of physical stimulation, you know? So that means if you have someone who is stimulating you enough physically, however, and mentally, that it can get you off. So I said, well, what if, you know, you and your significant other had like such a connection, such a physical, mental, spiritual, emotional connection that you all were able to get each other off just from a passionate makeout session and maybe a little, you know. But let's say you all were able to do that. You know, stuff like that is possible. And what he was saying to me was, well, you're dealing in what is possible, and there's a difference between what's possible and what's probable. And that's true. But ultimately, as far as the one for me is concerned, just like the one for you is concerned, that's just one person out of billions of people around the globe. So those possibilities, or those probabilities versus possibilities, are pretty low. The ideal is to find the one for you. And that one for you, as far as people who are looking for monogamy, because there are some people out there who the ideal for them is 3 for me and 2 more for you, you know, like there are people like that. So whatever, you know, to each his own. But the ideal for me, and as it is with, I'm not even going to say that. But the ideal for me is the one for me. That's my thinking as far as a romantic relationship is concerned. And I feel as though a lot of people think that way. So when you talk about probability versus possibility, you know, probability, there are millions possibility. There are millions of guys out there just ripe for the picking, period. But probability is I just want one, to be that one. So as far as all of the options out there, I don't feel it. I feel that I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, you guys. But yeah, so as far as probability versus possibility, you still just want the one for you. It's not quantity, it's quality. Ooh, that's what I'm going to say to him in response, because I haven't responded yet. But it's not quantity, it's quality. And all you need is one, for those of us who want just one person. So if that one person, like it... And maybe, again, it's just because sex just isn't that big to me. Like, I feel like there are many other ways to satisfy yourself and your partner other than having to go all the way sexually. You know, like, if you all are sexually, like, physically attracted to each other and mentally, emotionally, and spiritually stimulated by each other, then I think that... I don't know, and maybe it's just me, but I feel each relationship is unique. Every single relationship that you, and this is sort of going against it's not going against what I said, but if you think about it in context, it's not. But anyway, every single relationship that you have, as far as the one for you, the one for everybody's one for them, their personal relationship is unique in its own way. And those connections that you have, those things that you all enjoy together, the way that you enjoy them will be unique to the two of you. So it's not so much about following a pattern of what you see other people doing. Like, that's the beauty of a relationship. That is the beauty of it. And that is what makes it unique. You can mold it into what you both want it to be. Both want it to be. Yay, that was a fun little thing. Boop. You can mold it into what you both want it to be. So however much sex that is, I mean, and again, I don't feel as though people don't have a right to want what they want. Maybe it's just my opinion and just how I think. It's just not that high on my list of requirements. You know, I would be good with... I don't know, you know? Like, let's say, for example... I really just feel that if all of those other things are in place, which would be for the one for you, then, although, you know what? I guess I'll say this. Maybe this is true. I still think people are stupid for I'm sorry. Wow, that's bad. It's not stupid. I still think people are closing themselves off when they shouldn't close themselves off to people based on that. But... you know, everyone's entitled to want what they want and to get what they want, you know? And if the ideal for you is somebody, if you classify yourself as a bottom and you want a top, and you want that top to also be emotionally, physically, and mentally, spiritually stimulating for you, and that person is those things... Yahtzee, you know? So I guess I can't... I'm talking myself to a new conclusion in this video. I can't continuously... I don't blame people for their opinions. You're entitled to your own opinion, period. For me, though, it's not that big on on my list of requirements, because it's just not. You know, but that's just me, you know, and other people have different opinions, I guess. Like, for example, I guess, wow, you know, this is something that makes me different. Like, the way that, you know, I'm changing my mind, like, I'm not changing my mind right on this video, but I'm seeing a different side right on this video here. You know, for example, with me and people that I've dated in the past, sometimes, and this is so strange to me because I don't talk over people's heads. You know, I don't use like a huge vocabulary, a list of words, but sometimes people are uncomfortable with the way that I speak. And like one person told me, and this one person might possibly view this video, possibly. And if so, I'm putting it out there, but it was just like, I'm putting it out there because it sort of sums up exactly the point that I want to make. He was telling me that like I hide behind my vocabulary. What vocabulary? Like, I talk like this pretty much in all of my casual conversations that I'm comfortable in. And once I'm comfortable in, like sometimes I'll be more shy and reserved, and I'll pull it. Thank you. Okay, you know, and I'll give a Whitney. Thank you very, like an early '80s Whitney. I mean a mid '80s Whitney. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here, and thank you. And I believe that people's children should be seen and not heard. And I'm kidding, because I'm not a child, and nor is she. But no, I ain't. But like that's the way that I talk with everybody. But sometimes some people are, I don't know. It just makes them uncomfortable, which is so silly to me. But because of that, I do find, and I'm not one of those people who is like, in order to date me, you must have a college degree. Oh, that rhymes. That's funny. In order to date me, you must have a college degree. I'm not like that. Like, I don't care what you have, but I do want somebody who would, and now this is turning into a personal Zad video. I don't even know what I'm going to title this. I'm just, whatever. Anyway, but I would want somebody who would accept me for me and accept the fact that I don't always talk like I don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I'll have an in-depth conversation about a thing or two and have details discussed in such a way that I come across as somebody who has a shred of intelligence. Sometimes I do, okay? I can't help it. But, so I would want somebody who would be okay with that and not be off-put by that or even intimidated by that. Like, sometimes people are that way. But I would want somebody who would be able to come back at a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, with some newfound, like, knowledge on something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yo. But, anyway. So, yeah, I would want somebody who's able to do that, and stuff like that, I guess, is part of my requirements. I feel that to put a requirement like that on sex, as far as you have to be a top, you have to be a bottom, I feel that you're sort of limiting yourself unnecessarily. But, you know, listen to me. I have my kind of requirements, you know, like, and it's not a requirement, but it's, in order for somebody to be mentally compatible with me, they sort of need to bring those things to the table and stuff like that. So, again, I'm talking myself to a different conclusion, sort of. Everyone's entitled to feel what they want to feel. Just because physical interaction like that is lower on my list than others. I mean, I do agree with Cher and the Shoop Shoop song. Is it in his face? No, that's not the way. You're not listening to all I say. And if you wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. Like, okay, so like stuff like that is cool. And you can kind of tell because it kind of is, it's in his kiss a little bit. But actually, no, now that I think about it, no. Because I've had some kisses that were great. Ah! And it is not in his kiss. Let me tell you. Anyway, so yeah, that's, I guess, it. Yeah, because this is a legacy YouTube channel, so I don't have time restrictions, y'all, and I ain't even had to apply to become a YouTube partner. Anyway, see, like, I can joke around like that. I can joke around like that, and that's fine, too. So I guess sometimes people get confused because maybe they think I should be like that all the time, or they think I should never be like that, and stuff like that. So I would want somebody who's able to bring the mix, or at least bring an understanding for the mix. And I also, okay, since we're going here, I also like somebody who, because like I joke around a lot, but it's not like slapstick in your face comedy that I joke around a lot, but I love a good pun, and I will take advantage of an opportunity to use a pun any time, or at least in my head, even if I don't say it out loud, I'll use it. But I would like somebody who also is able to come back with a joke, you know, like laugh at my joke when you hear it, because I do joke around a good bit. Laugh at my joke, but then also come back with a joke so I can laugh too, and then we can laugh together. The couple that, anyway, whatever. But yeah, so that stuff is what matters to me. So I guess if physical interaction ranks that high on your list, you have a right to feel that way. Use protection, people out there having your sex and all that. Use your protection, put it on, and plug it in. Oh yeah, those Glade plugins. I remember hearing like a fire department guy saying like they were really dangerous. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to unplug Glade, and hopefully they've made it so it works better. But because of the fact that you're plugging a container of oil, flammable oil, into your electrical outlet, like that's kind of dangerous. But the big thing with that is you need to make sure that they're, I guess, not worn out and not old and used. Because like one of this fire department guy, he was like, you know, that's been the source of a lot of fires because they go up. Again, you're putting a highly flammable oil in a container that's plugged into your electric outlet. So, yeah, so in this video, we've covered my view on bottoms dating bottoms and tops dating tops, which I feel is not an issue. But in the same video, I've also walked to the conclusion that it's up to you. It is what it is. You whatever you feel is best, you have to do what you do. And I've also made a little bit of a personals ad, kinda. And, no, it's not a personals ad. But I've said a little bit of what I like in a person. And one day I'll do, you know what, it's going to be the next video. And I also gave a PSA for safety with those plug-in things. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Peace. Be blessed.